other women manage this just fine. Why does it feel so hard for me? So I did what a lot of other women do. I just kept going. I really thought it was just me. I thought that somehow I just wasn't handling it well. And for a long time, I couldn't understand why. This was how my perimenopause experience started. When my hormones were shifting, when my body was changing, and without understanding why this was even happening, it was incredibly destabilizing. Instead of education and understanding, I gave myself blame and shame. I told myself this was just stress, or that I was just dealing with too much, or that I needed to just push through. I remember thinking, other women manage this just fine. Why does it feel so hard for me? So I did what a lot of other women do. I just kept going. Women have been going through midlife changes forever. Perimenopause, menopause, the physical symptoms, the emotional shifts, the cognitive changes, and the identity disruption that comes with them. But for a long time, I didn't have language for any of that. I didn't know that what I was experiencing was something many women go through in this season. So without that understanding, it was really easy to internalize it, to blame myself, to assume that it was just a personal issue. When I finally learned that symptoms like fatigue, anxiety, pain, hot flashes, brain fog, and emotional volatility are common with many women in perimenopause, something shifted. It felt like years of confusion suddenly had an explanation. I wasn't imagining it, my body was changing. That realization brought relief, and it brought anger, because my next thought was, why didn't anyone explain this sooner? We talk about puberty. We talk about pregnancy. We celebrate pregnancy. We rally around women entering motherhood. There are books, conversations, support systems for all of those transitions. But in midlife, silence, especially around perimenopause. We know that menopause exists somewhere out there in the future, but few people talk about what the transition actually feels like, how early it can start, how much it can affect your energy, your mood, your focus, and your sense of self. So when it begins, many women don't think, oh, this is perimenopause. They think, something is wrong with me. When women believe they're the only ones struggling, they isolate. They keep things to themselves. They put on a brave face while quietly dealing with symptoms that are real and are often exhausting. There's still an unspoken expectation, especially in professional environments, that you show up steady, capable, no matter what. So symptoms go unspoken. The anxiety, the fatigue, the physical discomfort. See, talking about the female body is still largely taboo, so there's very little language for what's happening to us. And that silence has consequences. It turns confusion into shame, and shame keeps women stuck. Here's what I wish had been clearer sooner. Nothing was wrong with me. My body was just going through a major transition. And without understanding that, it's easy to misinterpret symptoms as a personal failure, my fault. But when we name what's happening, when we talk about midlife and perimenopause openly, the experience begins to change. Understanding changes everything. It allows you to make informed choices, to take steps to help alleviate symptoms, and to start feeling more like yourself again. That's where empowerment lives. If this resonates, if you've had moments where things felt confusing or overwhelming, listen, you're not alone. This is a real season of change, and having the language, information, and support you deserve makes all the difference. And if you're craving a space where these conversations can happen openly, where you don't have to explain yourself, and where you can learn, reflect, and be supported through this season. I'm opening a new community this January. You can join the waitlist using the link in the description. I'd love to walk through this next chapter with you.